Alright, so the mangrove lily is blooming again. That was my wash tub that I had stuff planted in, and the bottom fell out of it, so I just put it around that. I was out here adding water to my pond. I have to keep the birds out of it because I have little babies in there, little baby kois and stuff. But I started composting, and I already got like cucumbers and stuff growing in there again. But my project of the day is I went and cut a barrel, a whiskey barrel that somebody gave me in half, and they sell them at Rural King, the planters, for like $60-$70 a piece. Mine looks so much better. My old man got me a Sawzall. I wanted it so bad, so he got me a Sawzall for Christmas or my birthday or something, and I cut it in half. Luckily there was a little hole in the side. Cut it in half. Thompson water sealed it, and that's my project for the day. Is I'm going to go and get my compost ready. I'm gonna do half compost and half soil. I tried so many times, even with those beds that I made over there of growing vegetable gardens in them, and the sand, I've even lined them so I could try to save my soil, because I've spent so much money on soil. It's ridiculous. So I started composting, and I have a huge cattle trough in the greenhouse, and I filled that up with vegetables twice in like 6 months. Vegetable cuttings twice in like 6 months. So I want to show you something else. So I started like the rabbit poo is like the best. Rabbit and chicken poo is the best for your gardens. And this is, I believe, either these are cucumbers or these are sunflowers. Because I've picked, that's a tomato right there. I started picking those things out. And I even like pulled up old greens that I'd made, you know, and I didn't cook them. I just pulled them up and threw them in here. But look at this green. This is collard greens. Look at the stem. And composting is awesome. It's awesome. Yeah, it might bring rats. And my dog just killed a snake yesterday for the first time ever. He's getting pretty old though. He killed a snake. And I had this snake that used to come over. This lady across the street, she's I think she's from Africa, because she has an accent and she's so beautiful. She's got 5 little girls. I love her so much. She'd come over here and she's like, come. So I go over there and she's got this black snake in her house, and it was a big one. So I have like these handicap grabber things, and I went and got it out of her house, and ever since I got that thing out of her house, that snake come in my backyard, and this is over across the street. That snake come in my backyard, and it would sneak up on me every day. I don't think that Trunk got that snake, but he got a snake, and I was trying to put him on another one that day, and it was a little one. So there's still more around here, but I don't like them at all. I just seen a thing that fell off over here. I don't like snakes at all. And you know, I'll get rat poison or something for the rats instead of I don't see it, and I know it's here. Oh, it's camouflage almost. A little butterfly that fell off the pot. I'll just treat the rats. But the composting was the best thing I ever did. And I'm constantly getting stuff out of it and planting it in the garden. So I've been doing pots out front because there's more sun, and gardening out there in the front yard. I just have a problem with keeping a certain bug that will like get under the bottom of your leaves on your cucumbers, and they will like just eat it up. So I see I got everything in pots. I've bought thousands of dollars worth of soil over the years, and it just goes into the sand. and then you can't even tell that we have soil. So I even do, what is it that the worms put out? Worm droppings, they call it something. I'll probably think of it later on, but I even do that. I get them up off the ground. I feed them cornmeal and stuff like that. And it's like casings or something, earthworm casings or something. I don't remember what they're called. But I even do that because you could see, go to the store and look at a little bag of earthworm casings. It's so expensive. So yeah, I had to rig this. I didn't think the cucumbers were going to come up so high, so I put that in there, that little piece of fence. And they're still going, so I was like, well, might as well just let them grow up into the tree. So I went and got some string. I don't think these are getting enough sun. I already got a summer squash and a cucumber already off of my cucumbers. There's one. It's all curled up though. And there's a lot of little babies on there. Oh, there's a decent sized one. That thing was huge, and I was scared that it was gonna break and fall off. These back here are, oh my gosh, avocados, and I have like 2 or 3 different varieties, and I grew those from seeds. I seen a video, and I know they always talk about grafting when it comes to fruit trees and stuff like that. They graft the limbs on, but there was a guy that showed me that he planted one, and the avocados were amazing. But that's what they usually do with fruit trees, is they'll graft a limb on there for the fruit that they know that's good. This was Chunk's old bathtub. He never wanted to use it. He's scared of the water for some reason, but he loves to eat the hose, the water coming out of the hose. Put compost in it and got it ready to be planted. And this is what happened. Those are all tomato plants. I mean, they're falling out of the, and that's just from in the compost only. And look what else is growing in there. And I just picked like 5 of these yesterday, and they're the bell peppers. There's a baby bell pepper. The 5 decent ones yesterday I picked. So yeah, that's the best thing about composting, is that you get free plants out of the deal. I have a really hard time keeping, and any of these leaves that I pull off goes in the compost, stuff like that. But I have a really hard time keeping my soil wet, damp. It just gets dried out so fast. It's unbelievable. You ever seen that damp break commercial where the kids go, damp? My kids are going around saying, damp. These are all seeds. When they dry up like that, they're all seeds. So if you buy a pack of marigolds, there's a lot of flowers. These, I bought 1 pack. Them are morning glories. Bought 1 pack of marigolds. Some of the morning glories are still blooming. And you'll never have to buy seeds again. See, they're like little stick tights. My phone's not focusing. They're like little stick tights. And I just throw them down. Oh, I'm going to have them growing in there now. I throw them down. They're growing everywhere. I got flower beds full of them. But you just put some away for next year. Same with sunflower seeds, and there's just so many of them. I have a beautiful, I don't even know what it's called, out front, and when the flower shrivels up on it, you leave it on there, and then you'll see it start puffing up with the white, just like these lettuce seeds are. I've been trying to get them off before they blow away. Those are lettuce seeds. And then I got so many of them already, but I've been trying to put them away because I just think that we have hard times ahead of us. Look at all those flowers on the cucumbers. They're everywhere back there. See? So yeah, jalapenos. I'm gonna be putting more and more and more vegetables out in the front garden. I might make a video on it. I'm not sure yet. But those are all tomatoes. Those are all marigolds. And different flowers that I've bought that just keep giving you seeds. And I just put some away for next year. And put more away for next year. And back there is Mexican sunflowers. Those are awesome for shade. Because if it was in the sun, full sun, that thing would be taller than the fence. So a lot of people, they'll plant them for shade. And then I watched a guy on YouTube. He took the stalks and the leaves, cut them up, put them in a bucket of water, and he said that's like some of the best fertilizer he's ever done when he watered his plants and stuff. So, I mean, all that stuff goes in the compost. Yard clippings, all that stuff. And that dirt's so rich and moist. And I'm about to mix it with some of that. Mix some of that with some soil that I got put away. And fill those buckets up out front. And I might not even have to plant any seeds in them. I just get them out of the compost over there. But I did get some different seeds. You got a big bucket and you could put a different variety of plants in there instead of letting, like, say tomatoes just overgrow a whole bunch of tomatoes in there, and then they're not going to produce good because they're crowded. You could put a okra seed in there, a squash seed in there, you know, and it helps. They help each other to survive because they're not all crowded, because you got deep roots and you got shallow roots and stuff like that. I got some different herbs and stuff that I'm gonna plant around it too. But yeah, I've did this all by myself back here. When I moved in this house 10 years ago, maybe a little bit longer, there was not even grass back here. It was all stumps and sand. All stumps and sand, and this just turned slowly. And this is like my fire pit area over here. But yeah, I even thought about taking that canoe and making it a flower bed, or vegetable garden, just to save my dirt, because I spent so much money on dirt. I try to recycle it, but I tilled up the ground, and I bought like a couple $100 worth of soil and put it on the ground and tried to grow, and it just didn't work out. And all that dirt, that money went to waste. So I started composting. Best decision I ever made by far. Look at the big, huge monstera. I cut the stalk in 3 pieces. The cold killed it. There's that snake right there. There he is right there. And I hate him. Oh, I hate him. It's got an immature leaf on it right there. But it's got a new leaf right there. That one. There's one over there. And I took that and I cut that one stalk into 3 stalks because it was about 3 foot long. And now I have 3. And they're amazing. I love them. That thing will want to climb up the tree, just like those vines. That vine? Wait, no, that's not the one. Let's see if I can find it. It's like that though, almost. Let's see. See if I can find one on the ground. Those. I don't see. I don't want to walk on that snake. I hate them. Anyways, I can't even remember what they call it. They're those leaves right there. Those, if you let them crawl up a tree, they turn into that. And the ones that were on there last year were like 10 times the size of those leaves right there. But the monsteras are the same. And those are actually in the monstera family. And those do so much better too up there. But they were up there at the top, and they were huge, beautiful, very tropical looking. And you could just take a piece and plant it right at the base of your tree, and it does the rest. Because there's like a half of a leaf there, a couple of them where I just like threw them in there. And they'll just grow up themselves up there. But the cold killed back a lot of my stuff. Like a lot of my stuff. That's one of my old rundown flower beds. It's in the shade now. This tree was a lot smaller like 2-3 years ago, like half the size it is now. And it scares me when we have hurricanes. But so now I started making gardens in the front flower bed in pots, just to save my dirt and my compost. But that's my project for the day. I have tomatoes from taking compost and putting them in. I have a flower pot on the house, on the side of the house, in the window, under the window. And there's tomatoes loaded on a tomato bush that I got from putting compost in there with the marigolds to, you know, hook them up some, you know. And, yeah, the tomato bush is loaded down. It's like hanging upside down because it's so heavy. And I just let it grow. This is my variegated monstera, but it's not the mega one. That one over there is the mega one. And I told y'all the story about that, right? I went to a house that the guy was moving out. He's like, take all the plants you want. I'm like, okay, let me go get me a shovel and some stuff. So I found a pot, and it had a little piece of vine stalk in it, and it looked so dead. And I wanted the dirt, so I took the pot and the dirt. I babied that thing to see what it was. I said, I wonder what this is. And it started growing, and that's what I got, was that mega monstera. And I forgot the name of it, but it's the biggest one that grows on monstera is the Swiss cheese plant. So yeah, that's how I got that one, and that one hooked me. And I got one I'm trying to mount one to that tree. I'm trying to mount one to that tree. One of the big pieces and a regular little monstera is over there, but it made a regular heart. So I'm wondering if that wasn't a hybrid that somebody had made, because unless it's immature and it looks like that, because that's just like a regular heart-shaped leaf. But that's what I've been doing. I love being back here. I love it. That's all I want. If I need to go get me a job doing this, because I enjoy it so much. Okay, guys, look at that. How beautiful. Double. And the wasps love to stay on it because it's probably putting out a lot of good nectar. If I could get up there and smell it. I love you guys. Stay under the blood of Jesus.